Dear students, I'm Dr. Munadil. I will start talking about the fixed processes or crown and bridge from the first lecture. This is the first lecture. We are going to have an introduction to the subject of fixed processes. Some of the definitions it is important to pass over them to be clear for you during our next discussions of the next lectures. The fixed processes or crown and bridge, it is a branch of dental science that deals with the restoring or repairing the damaged teeth with artificial materials, and sometimes when we have a loss of natural teeth, we are going to replacing these missed teeth with the fixed prosthesis or fixed partial denture, which we call it the bridge. The crown, it is a single artificial restoration of the whole coronal portion of the tooth, and it has the function of restoring the contour, the shape or morphology, and the function of the tooth, because the tooth has its function from its shape. If the shape is damaged, the tooth will not have its function in the proper way. In addition to the function of protection of the remaining tooth structure, because it will be weak after the damage of the tooth. So the crown, it is a single artificial restoration. Here in this picture, we are going to see that there are different types of crowns. Here we have another picture for different types of crowns. We may have a metal, which is the gold, with the ceramic, metal alloys with ceramic, and here we have the full ceramic. Again, we may have an anterior crown, may be placed on an implant. If there is an implant present in the missing tooth area, here again a posterior crown may be placed on an implant in the posterior region of molars. The bridge, it differs from the crown that by having a missing tooth or missing teeth, and here this bridge is constructed to replace the missing teeth or tooth by an artificial part, we call it the pontic, and the tooth which is going to support the bridge, the teeth or tooth, we are going to support the bridge, we call it the abutment tooth. So here we are going to use the natural teeth to fix this big restoration, we call it a bridge, which may be composed from many parts or many teeth which will be included in the bridge. Here we have different types of bridges. We may have here the bridge, which is multi teeth used in this bridge. It has many components. If we go back and discuss the components or the parts of the bridge, first of all, the retainer. It is that part of the restoration which represent the crowns which they are going to be replaced on the natural tooth to fix. It has the function of supporting or fixing the bridge on the tooth. The tooth which is going to receive the retainer, we call it the abutment. It is a natural tooth which is going to be prepared in a special way to receive the retainer of the bridge. Between the retainers we have here the pontic or pontics. If the bridge is replacing only one tooth, we will have one pontic. If the bridge is going to replace many teeth, 1, 2, 3, then we will have more than one pontic. The pontic will represent the missing tooth, the missing natural tooth, and it is going to have its function of shape. It is going to replace the shape, the morphology, and the function of the natural tooth. This pontic or pontics, they are represent the connector. It is another part of the bridge. It is going to connect the pontic with the retainers, or if we have multi pontics or many pontics, it will be a joining or a joint between the pontics and the retainers. It may be present in two types. Either it is rigid or movable, or it is removable. Here we have in this picture, the upper pictures represent the ordinary bridge. This is full ceramic and this metal ceramic bridge. The connector between the pontic and the retainers, it is fixed and rigid. It will not have any movement or separation. In the lower pictures we have a different type of joint. We are going to see that this joint is a movable joint, and it is used to support a removable part of a bridge, a removable partial denture, which is going to connect to the fixed bridge by such a movable connector or joint. Here we are going to have another definitions like undercut. What do you mean by undercut? Due to the anatomical feature of any natural tooth, we will have such a shape of the surfaces, the boundary surfaces, buccal, lingual, mesial, distal. This shape, which has a height of convexity, it has a convexity, and there is an area of the surface below the convexity. This area below the height of convexity, it is considered as an undercut area. It may be a desirable undercut because we are going to attach a clasp of a removable partial denture in this undercut, which has the function of retaining the removable partial denture. So it is a desirable undercut. But in our fixed prosthesis, this undercut, it is undesirable because it will not make possible to place any crown or bridge on this tooth without removing this undercut by cutting the tooth in a way without any, or we are going to prepare the crown of the tooth without making the surfaces containing any undercut area. So this undercut, it is an area below any convexity on the tooth. This is very important to remove it in the fixed prosthesis work. What do we mean by finishing line? When we cut the tooth or when we prepare the natural tooth, we will have an end of our preparation. So it is a junction. If you look to the picture here, you are going to see that there is a line which is the junction between the cut part and the untouched part of the tooth. This junction, we call it the finishing line. It is not a line, really it is not a line, it is a junction with different thickness, and this junction, it represents the end of our work or our cut, and on this finishing line we are going to place the margin of the crown, which is going to be placed on this prepared part. In the other picture you are going to see it is a magnification of the margin of the crown, which is going to placed on the finishing line. It is not really a line, it is a junction with many planes. It is a finishing line. Taper or slope, it means the relation between the opposite walls of the prepared tooth. Either there are three possibilities of such a sloping. Either they are parallel to each other, or they are going to be converge. That means if we extend the planes to the direction of the arrow, they will meet together, and this we call it the convergence. When the planes meet together, it is a converged relation of the walls, and we call it the tapered preparation. Or it is diverge. It is the opposite of converge, diverge. That means if we extend the planes of the walls, they will be go away from each other. They are not going to be meet, and this relation is a diverge, and we call it the inverted slope or inverted taper relation. In our work, always we go to the convergence, a little convergence or sloping of the preparation to pass away from the presence of undercut, as we said from the beginning. These are the main definitions we are going to face during our talking in the future, discussion, and I need you to study it and know it to be clear to you in the next lectures. Thank you, dear students, for your listening, and I will meet you in the next lectures, next days. Thank you.